Dave Joe Howe once again for the Boxing Voice. Pleased to be joined by Zak Chelli. You may remember him on one of the fight nights, which we'll talk about as well. But today we're going to be talking about Ultimate Boxer. How are you, Zak?
I'm great, thank you very much. Just waiting for the weigh-in and so I can eat my food.
I bet it's horrendous, isn't it, with the new sort of way we're sort of working now. You flash back a year ago, it was nothing like this. So
Of
you
course,
just
yeah.
new sort of way of working, shall we just say?
Yeah. Well, I'm used to it from the last camp I had, which was in the match room. So yeah, pretty comfortable, I guess.
I mean, looking at the press for this fight as well, you were odds-on favourite
Mm.
to win the tournament at super middleweight. But your opponent is an unbeaten prospect as well. So have you had much time to study Ben and the way he's been fighting and so on and so forth?
I mean, yeah, he's an unbeaten prospect. He said he's going to stop me, but I haven't seen him stop any of his three journeymen he's been with. I've actually seen him lose some rounds with the journeymen, so I doubt that. But obviously, I'm going to give it everything. I've been training hard for it, and I'm going to treat it like any other fight.
Good stuff. I mean, having gone to some of the other Ultimate Boxers events that we've had over the last few years since it started, the crowd is absolutely immense when it was there and stuff. You've had experience now of fighting behind closed doors as well. What's that sort of like as a boxer, Zak?
I mean, when you're in the ring, you zone out, so you don't really notice the crowd anyway. Just focusing on your opponent. But of course, after the fight, you usually notice where the crowd cheers for you when you win, or when there's controversial result. But yeah, so you do notice it after the fight.
Good stuff. And just talking about the controversial results, your last appeared on Eddie's Matchroom
Mm.
card over in, it was August, wasn't it? One of the last cards, or one of the first cards, wasn't it, in August in the
The,
Garden?
the, la- the last one, it was the one with Dylan White. Yeah.
Green White, that's the one. Now, unfortunately, it came up as a draw. Were you surprised when both hands were raised in the air?
Yeah, of course. I was actually pretty surprised while I was waiting, because after the fight, we ended up waiting like 5 minutes or so for the results. And I knew usually when there's a lot of waiting, there's something going on behind the scene. And then when the results came, the first judge gave it to me by clear at 7-3. And then after that, I don't know, the results, yeah, and it came to a draw. And of course, I was disappointed because I knew I won the fight, and I'm sure a lot of people knew I won as well.
I mean, speaking with Al Siesta as well, he was sitting there as well. And he said that you did more than enough to win. I mean,
Mm.
is that something that you and Al are reaching for the rematch for Jack Cullen now?
Yeah,
Or?
well, I've noticed now he wants the rematch because people are telling him how he robbed the kid, how, you know. But now I've seen he's fighting for a British title eliminator against John Docherty. I've already said I want the win of that fight. So even if it's John Docherty or Jack Cullen, I'll have it.
Good stuff. And after this tournament, is that basically what you're going to be going for? Is it going to be another fight with you and Al in terms of
After
planning?
after this tournament, I'm going to speak to Al, speak to some promotion companies, and really what I want is a title. So no matter who has a title, if it's Jack Cullen, if it's someone else, European title, British title, that's what I want to go for.
Good stuff. Massive fight this weekend as well, between Terence Crawford and Cal Brooke. Will you be watching that?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I'll be watching that. Yeah, big fight. Hopefully, be exciting as well. Obviously, I'm Kell Brook at Crawford. I'm favouring towards Crawford. He's a way better fighter in my eyes.
Good stuff. And at your division as well, who do you think the people are to beat at super middle?
Of course, the super middle, the main ones at the moment is Callum Smith, and I think Billy Joe Saunders is going downhill at the moment. I mean, saw his last performance. He got punched and he wobbled a bit. Yeah, that's it. And I don't know what Chris Eubanks doing at the moment. So it's really just Callum Smith at the top.
And just in regards to training, what kind of things have you been doing during a lockdown sort of environment, Zak? I mean, it's been difficult for most people, hasn't it, to get out
Mm.
and access to gyms and everything like that.
Well,
How have you been?
luckily for me, I've been training in my house ever since I was a kid. So you only just go for gyms for sparring. So at the moment, just training in my house, got the bag up in my living room, the weights in my living room. Basically, my living room's a gym. Do my runs outside, and it's all gone great.
Is there a bit of pressure you being the favourite as well, like the bookies' favourite,
Mm.
the press are saying you are the favourite to win this whole thing. Is there a bit of added pressure on yourself, or do you thrive off that?
I believe I thrive off it because I go into every fight believing I'm the favorite anyway. So now that other people believe it as well, is actually giving me more confidence. So it's great.
Good stuff. Finally, then, Zak, a message for the fans.
Well, make sure you tune in on BT Sports and ITV4 from 8 p.m. tomorrow, because you're going to see Zak Chelli, exciting fights, 2 fights, of course, and 2 knockouts, God willing.
Brilliant. Thank you once again from the Boxing Voice, Zak, and we wish you luck for tomorrow night. Cheers. Thank you
very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.